This is the harsh truth about getting rich in your 20s. Nobody tells you this. Listen, getting rich in your 20s is great. You know, becoming a millionaire in your 20s. You know, I made my first 7 figures at 27 years old. And there's a lot of good, but there's also some things that you need to understand that comes with it. First things first, people automatically assume that you got lucky. A lot of older people, or people in general, man, they don't like to accept that someone can be more exceptional than them, right? They don't like to accept that you could have put in more work than them. They like to believe that life is a certain way and it must be done a certain way. Whether that be an older person, a younger person, most people are stuck in their way of thinking. They're stuck in their way of understanding. And it's very hard for them to grasp that life can be another way. I'm someone who I learned to adapt. I can have an ideology today, but I can change my mind tomorrow. Not because I switch my mind, but if I'm presented with new information, if I'm presented with new ideas, if I'm presented with knowledge, I have to adapt. I do not believe that I know it all. I do not believe that I have it all figured out. And I think that's the reason why most people are not successful, is because they think that they've figured it out. So when they see a young guy that's made a lot of money, they start thinking, oh, well, what did you do? Oh, it must be the internet. Oh, the internet money, internet money. And you get that kind of like jab, right? Like, oh yeah, it's the internet money. Like internet money is easy to come by. Like you got lucky. Like I wasn't building my personal brand for the last 8 years while you were fucking off and doing whatever the hell you were doing, right? Like I wasn't sitting up here making videos every day, providing value while I was working. I was doing that and working. People don't want to take the risk, but they want to enjoy the reward. When social media wasn't popular, I got on social media. I was making videos in my college dorm. Literally, my last semester of college, I was making videos. Talking about fitness. This was back in 2014. We're now in 2025, going into 2026. So how did I get lucky that I've been consistent for a decade? But you didn't decide to try. You didn't decide to put in the work. You didn't want to try. You didn't want to take a risk. You thought you were too cool for social media. You thought you were better than that. That your career and job was all you needed. I'm somebody who saw an opportunity and not took advantage of it. All right, so that's the first thing, right? People automatically think that you got lucky somehow. And it's kind of disheartening, you know, because they don't see your hard work. But when they realize that you're a monster, that you really that dude, they start to give you some respect, all right? The second thing is everybody's trying to get something for you. So alluding to the first point, they think that you're stupid. People think that you lucked up on the money so that you're not as intelligent, which I would argue is opposite, right? If somebody's able to make a lot of money young, they're probably very intelligent and they're very knowledgeable about things. I don't think age makes you smart. I think being wise makes you smart. So when you get rich in your 20s, people just automatically assume that you're dumb. They automatically assume, oh, I can get one over on them. I know more than them. And that's not true. Right? Like I said, it's actually opposite. You don't know more, right? This person is probably very intelligent. Not saying that they're the smartest person in the world, but someone who's able to figure it out that quickly, 9 times out of 10, they either have something that is special about them. They have something that is unique about them. So if you are a guy right now that is in your mid-20s, getting into your late 20s like myself, and you've already made some money, you understand it. Right? You understand this sentiment that you are treated like, oh, he must have got lucky and then he must not be that smart. So let me try to get over on him. All right? Listen, if you're a guy right now that wants to reach the success like I've reached at such a young age, listen, I didn't get this by luck. It was not magic. I bust my ass for a decade to get here. Now we help businesses do the same. We help businesses script, edit, post, and scale their business with social media. I started building my social media platforms back in 2014. So I became a master at something that was very, it was novel. And that's what we're helping brands with. If you want help with this, click the link in the description, pin comments, book a free demo, and let's see if we can do the content for you to scale your business. Okay? Third thing is you make a lot of mistakes simply because you're young. But those mistakes are what allow you to have leverage. So me specifically, when I first started making money around 3-4 years ago now, I thought that being flashy was the way. I thought that buying, designer was the way, and it wasn't. So a lot of us who get rich young, we forget that, hey, there's some responsibility that comes with it. So I would agree that getting rich young has its risk, because you may make some mistakes that somebody who did take a long time to get rich, they understand, but you don't. But one of those things that I've always mentioned is taxes. I wasn't saving away for taxes. I wasn't putting away money for taxes, and it screwed me over. I didn't understand that your business income is not your income. If you're a business owner, man, for the most part, you don't really have money. It's your business's money. If you take away from the business, you're hurting your business. I didn't understand the importance of cash at hand, being able to reinvest back into the business. You can make $1 million in a month, but if you spend $1 million, you got nothing. If you made $1 million in a month, but your expenses are 500 grand, your business is suffering. What I understand about business now that I didn't understand back then was that you need as much room. You need a lot of room to take risks. So you have to be very, very smart about your finances, simply because nobody's giving you any money. Nobody is coming to save you. People already think you're lucky. People already think you're stupid. So you got to be very, very smart. People are always trying to get over on you. They're looking at you like, how does this young guy have all this money and I'm older than him and I'm working for him? That's how they think. That's how they think. So you got to be very, very careful. Be very smart with your finances. Get a CPA, get an accountant, be diligent, right? Like, understand where your money is, where it's going, have all access to all your accounts, know who you're working with, have contracts with them. Don't play about your money. Don't play about your business, because this is your lifeline. If you don't take it seriously, people will manipulate you, they will use you. And have cash at hand. That's probably my biggest advice. Cash at hand is the most important thing in business, bro. So what I've learned now is, if I make, I want to make hundreds of millions a year. I want to have $1 billion company. That's my goal, and I'm going to reach it. Nothing is going to stop me. But now I know the more money I make, it doesn't mean that I get to increase my expenses. It doesn't mean that I get to flash. Like, I don't want to be flashy. I don't ever want to be flashy. I want to have nice things, but most importantly, I want to build a legacy. I want to build a business that lasts forever. I want to build something that is untouchable. So I need a lot of room to grow. I need a lot of room to take risks. So as I'm making money, my goal is to try to keep my expenses as low as possible. So there's difference. So my income and my expenses, I can take that and I can reinvest back into the business. And then once I can just keep doing this. Because the more money you have to put into the business, doing it the smart way, the easier it is for you to make money. But if you're not doing that and you're taking stupid risk, or you're spending money lavishly like you really got it, you don't have that cash at hand to invest when opportunities come. That's probably the most important thing. Opportunities don't come all the time in business. So when they do come, you want to have that money ready. You might be making $1 million a year. But in order for you to go from $1 million to 10 million, there's a 6-figure opportunity that comes that requires a 6-figure investment. You don't have that money because you bought a brand new car. You bought a brand new house. You're buying jewelry. You're doing all this other nonsense. I'm going to keep shit cheap and affordable. I'm going to have a nice place, but that's it. Nice place, decent car. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not buying no fucking watch. I'm not buying none of that bullshit until I have at least 25, 50 million put away. Because that money is dumb. Like, what am I buying I used to want to, I'm going to buy a Rolex. I'm going to buy a fucking Lambo. Fuck that. I'm going to have a nice place. My place has to be nice because I'm going to be there all the time because I work all the time. Nice place, decent car, and everything else is money to put in back into the business. I'm broke. I don't got shit. Yep. You're making 10 million a month. I don't got it. If it ain't going to improve my business, I don't want to talk about it. So, gotta be smart, man. Gotta be smart, because your goal should be trying to conquer the world. Take everything. Leave nothing for these motherfuckers. Take everything. Dominate. All right? Dominate. So be smart with your money. People are going to look at you like you're stupid. People are going to look at you like you're lucky. All right? Be intelligent with what you do. Be the master at your business. Understand everything about your business. So Nothing can be taken away from you. Nothing can be manipulated. You understand. All you're doing is leading. You're the leader, and that's pretty much it. This is what people don't understand. Like, this is what the reality is gonna be when you make money young. All right, don't make these mistakes. If you want to get rich, regardless of whether you're young or not, and you want to take your business to the next level, we'll come in, edit, script, optimize, help you get plenty of results, scale your business. We literally have 2 companies that we started working with, and within their first post, they got leads because we just installed the social growth OS into their company. How to get leads through content, like clockwork. We edit, script, or we just tell you what to say, and you start making money. So if you're a business owner that wants to take your business past 6 figures, and you want us to do this for you, all right? Link in the description, pin comments, book a free call, and I'll see you guys next time.